we're going to talk about tonight is the idea that we need tools and techniques to pass through that birth canal. That we need a means by which we can empower ourselves to move past what was and embrace what is. Now, I'm clear and know to my very core that that starts with daily practice. And I also know that meditation is the biggest piece of that. That place where we are connected to the divine. That spark that connects us all. I want to tell you another story here. My beloved Lisa and I met about 5.5 years ago. Things were good when we met. We both had good jobs. We had a very comfortable six-figure income going that really kind of made money no object of concern whatsoever. We went to concerts, we went out to dinner whenever we wanted. We went to New York, we went to San Diego. We just pretty much did whatever the heck we wanted. But we had a problem. And the problem was that neither one of us had a job that served us, that served who we wanted to be, and who we knew we truly were becoming. So we got involved in an entrepreneurial opportunity. And this opportunity was perfect for us. It gave me an opportunity to coach. It gave me an opportunity to speak. It gave me an opportunity to lead a group of people. It gave my beloved Lisa an opportunity to dive into health and wellness, which she absolutely is passionate about, and gave her an opportunity to be a leader in that field. And this was great. At the center of the whole thing was an amazing nutrition product designed by a personal friend who was a world-class nutritionist, and we knew we were going places with this company. And things started to get good with this company. It started to look really good. So one day, about 1.5 years into our relationship, we both quit our jobs. And in the blink of an eye, we went from about $15,000 a month in income to about $1,500 a month in income. And given the nature of entrepreneurial opportunity, and in particular, network marketing entrepreneurial opportunity, the incomes kind of went down from there. But we had a dream. I knew I was going to coach these people. I knew I was going to speak before large crowds of these people, and I knew that Lisa was going to be a leader of our group and be involved heavily in this whole health and wellness paradigm, helping to save the world, which is pretty much what we were both planning on doing, was saving the world. One nutrition drink at a time, I think. But we made one big mistake. And that mistake was putting our trust in other people, as opposed to having our faith in us and in our dreams. And as time went by and other people didn't live up to their end of the bargain, our misplaced trust started to affect us dramatically. And one by one, those dreams started to fade away. But we were very clear. We would not be moved. We even wrote a magazine article. The magazine article was about the idea that the economy may be bad, but we were not going to participate. Our economy was fabulous, thank you very much, and that was all we needed to know. And we were not participating on any level with any kind of down economy. But then interesting things started to happen. Our money started to run out. And all of our retirement accounts started to dry up. And what we were living on started to go away. And we had this amazing inclination to do, I think, what everybody is inclined to do. We wanted to take control. We wanted to grab the wheel and be in control of our lives. But our experience had told us that was absolutely the last thing we wanted to do. As much as we wanted to be in the driver's seat, we clearly knew that this was a time to stay in the passenger seat and just trust. Would we give up and get new jobs? Absolutely not. That was not going to happen. We would buckle down. We would redouble our commitment to standing in the truth of who we are. We didn't just sit and contemplate the abundance of the universe either, and its flow towards us. What we did was trust our guidance. And we moved in the direction of the fulfillment of our dreams, because clearly, if you sit at your desk and contemplate the flow of the universe to you and what you're going to manifest, eventually what you will manifest is someone coming to repossess that desk. You absolutely must be prepared to be in action, to follow your intuition and move in the direction of what your dreams are. And that's what Lisa and I were clear we were doing. We stood in our commitment to pursue our guidance, and things started to happen. It took a long time, and the money was almost gone, but we were really clear that a prayer answered in the 11th hour is a prayer answered, right? It's still a prayer answered. And just recently, in what was distinctly the 11th hour, things started to happen. All of a sudden, I had new coaching clients. I had new practitioner clients. I went to a friend's speaking engagement. He was speaking to a business group. I went to his speaking engagement, and before I left, the host asked me to be the speaker this month. And that just appeared out of nowhere. I was approved for a spot. I was gifted a spot as an approved spiritual counselor on a website that draws hundreds of thousands of hits a month for the sole purpose of driving traffic to its approved counselors and coaches and practitioners. And that was just gifted to me out of nowhere. Lisa started to experience all kinds of new activity in her business of booking speakers and authors. And she had an exponential increase in potential clients for her virtual assistant enterprise. I got asked to host 2 new radio shows, and I'm doing now a recorded piece for an FM station in Tucson, Arizona every week. And the list goes on and on and on. And this stuff came out of nowhere. So I think there's always the legitimate question. Is how did this kind of stuff start to happen? How does this all come to be? How does it unfold this way for Lisa and I at a time when really what I was referred to as we were really close to oh my God time? Because we were down to, we were down to seeds and stems. I love that expression. Because I look around the room and all the smilers are the old dopers. Because all of them know what seeds and stems are. It's the stuff you can't roll another joint out of. But that's where we were. We were down to seeds and stems. And how did that happen? For me, it's easy. As I said earlier, our natural inclination, I think, is the same inclination that all of us have. We wanted to take control. But because we had practiced for years, we absolutely knew that the last thing we wanted to do was be in charge. That wasn't going to get us anywhere. In fact, what we wanted to do was quite the opposite. We wanted to surrender. We absolutely wanted to double down, so to speak, and be clear that our spiritual work would simply allow the divine flow to direct our traffic. It always brings to mind Emerson's famous expression from his most famous essay, Self-Reliance, where he said we need to learn to get our bloated nothingness out of the way of the divine circuits. It's one of my favorite quotes in the world because it's so graphic. Our bloated nothingness. Doesn't sound particularly complimentary, but for me, it's an easy, the bloated nothingness is my ego. That's my ego self, always in the way, always wanting to be in control, always serving its own purposes. That is the bloated nothingness. But what is the divine circuit? Or circuits? To me, that's the creative process. And when Emerson says, get my bloated nothingness out of the way of the divine circuits, he's saying to take my ego and put it aside, because as long as it's in control, I am blocking the creative process. Whatever I'm looking to create in my existence, whatever I want to be my reality, is not going to happen as long as my ego is busy taking care of its needs and serving itself.